What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Ray Nice 845. Coming back at you with a new segment to the YouTube channel. This is gonna be Ray Ranks, where I rank certain subjects or certain games or movies on a tier list for my personal opinion. And you guys could go ahead and comment. Let me know what your thoughts are or how you feel about my tier list or where you feel certain things should have been at, things of that nature. So this tier list that we're gonna go ahead and do. This is gonna be the first one on the channel. There's gonna be more to come. This one, since it's kind of relevant and recent, I decided to do a MCU tier list of the movies, the shows, and things that are canon to the universe of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, um, and where I think they rank in my personal opinion, my personal thoughts. Um, so with that being said, we're gonna get right into this tier list and get it popping. So here is the tier list, as you guys can see. Um, we got everything up to date there so far. Um, Thor is not out yet. Neither is Miss Marvel. There's a couple things on here that are not out yet. So we're gonna maybe we could add can we add a new list for that? I think we could add something new for that. Should be able to. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, we don't want to do that. Add row below. There we go. And let's change that to not released yet. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is in alphabetical order, so let's go from let's not really go in order. Let's just pick randomly, make it a little more fun. All right, so you know what? Let's go left to right since it's alphabetical order. I think it'll make it easier. So Ant-Man and the Wasp. Uh, it's a solid movie. There's a lot of mixed opinions about it. Um, it's not the best MCU movie, but it's nowhere near the worst either. So I think it is safe to say this is a B movie. No pun intended. Um, I think it's a safe place to put it. Um, there's no major plot points. They kind of just had a one-off villain. But the ending did lead into Avengers Endgame, so that was cool because the timeline it takes place between Infinity War and Endgame. So the ending kind of led into Endgame, so that's kind of cool. The extra credit scene. But otherwise, nah, it was just an okay movie, not too bad. I think B is a solid place to put it, right in the middle. Even the D movies, I think whatever I put down there won't be considered horrible. But I think B is like middle of the pack, so it's not too bad. So let's put it there. Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. I think the first Ant-Man was really good. Definitely better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Um, Not quite S rank, but I think it's a solid A. So we're gonna try to put these in order too, like all the way in order. So for right now, we'll put it in A. It's either high B or low A. So let's put it there. I think that's a place to put it. Let's see. This is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Um, I think this movie is really good. I think it's actually very underrated. A lot of people like consider it not to be a good movie. I don't know why. It introduced Wanda, which is one of the most powerful characters in the MCU currently. Um, I think Ultron was really a really cool character. It also introduced Vision. Um, so yeah, I think it was a pretty good movie. Um, a lot of people I think consider it like a C movie, but I don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it for right. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. We'll put it in high B for now. Subject to changing a little bit, but we'll put it for a high B for now. Maybe low A, but we'll see. We'll put it in high B for now. Infinity War. That is immediately an S rank movie. No debate there. If you guys don't feel that way, that's weird to me. That's news to me. But that is an extremely good movie. One of the best movies. Had a like 11-year build up before it dropped. Um, awesome movie. Cool to see all the heroes on the big screen. The way they spaced out the fights and having certain people fight Thanos in space, certain people fight Thanos in Wakanda, or different places and stuff like that. It was awesome, man. Really good movie. I watched it about 5, 6 times already. Same thing with Endgame. Really, really good movie. And easily S rank. No debate there for me. Captain Marvel. All right, this is controversial. Captain Marvel. People seem to like shit on this movie a lot. Um, and I personally, and they seem to always say it's because of Brie Larson. And I personally think that people just have some sort of inner issue with her, and that is why they're choosing to try to rank her movie so low. I, on the other hand, think she is a cool person in general, and I also think she is a very cool character. And I think people just kind of feel salty about her because they have some sort of issue with her on a personal level. I don't know why. And I also think people are salty because she came in kind of late, and she's like the one of the powerhouses of the MCU. After all these characters had a huge build up to who they are and stuff like that, and she kind of came in and kind of ran over like everybody. So I think that's why people feel the way they feel about her. Um, Captain Marvel as a movie, it wasn't the worst, it wasn't the best. It was an origin story. We need the origin stories to see where these characters come from, how they got their powers and abilities, things like that. So it's basically that. We learn about Nick Fury, we learn about how he knows Captain Marvel, how she got her powers, things like that. Um, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. Like I said, I don't think it's the greatest either. But people are like saying it's like a D or a F, and I don't feel that way. I think it's a middle of the pack movie, like maybe low B, high C. But for now, we will put it. I enjoyed the movie. I can't speak for everybody else, but I enjoyed it. Um, but for right now, we will put it in C. Okay. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is easily one of the best MCU movies there is, and I watched it a zillion times, and this movie is just flat out good. Um, doesn't have all the extreme characters in it that has all the crazy abilities and flying through space and things like that. It's a very grounded MCU movie, but the storytelling is just so good. The fight scenes are so good. The acting is so good. Straight S rank movie, no debate. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. If you haven't seen it, go watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a really good movie. Um, Captain America: The First Avenger, another origin story. Um, but I gotta be honest. I know it explains where he came. It's important to the story and explaining where Cap comes from and stuff. But this movie is incredibly boring, and I gotta put it in D, man. It's just it's something that I can't watch too many times. It was just very boring to me. I get it, like I said, it's an origin story, but it bored me to death. So unfortunately, I gotta put it in D. Civil War. This movie can make could be it can you can make a case for this movie as the best MCU movie in my opinion. It is up there. It is easily a S rank movie for me. So I'm going ahead and put it in S, right behind Infinity War, and that's where I think it belongs. I think it's top three, or at least it's somewhere between 1 and 5 for sure. And yeah, I'm gonna put it in the S rank. That's where I think it goes. Really good movie, multiple heroes. In a dilemma, they fight against each other. It's really cool, really good story. Awesome movie. So let's go ahead and move on. Doctor Strange. Um, which one is this? Is this Let's see. Hold on. Where's the other Doctor Strange? Oh, okay. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Okay. Oh, they just put it under multiverse. They didn't put it under Doctor Strange. Okay. So, Doctor Strange. Origin of Doctor Strange explains the story, how he got his abilities, things like that. Very trippy. It's one of the most visibly appealing movies with the special effects. It looks very trippy, very crazy, very good movie. I think this is an A movie. I'm gonna put it in A. Avengers Endgame. What needs to be said about this movie? Absolutely nothing needs to be said about this movie. This movie is fucking amazing. Um, Huge case for it being the best MCU movie so far. Can't argue it. It is up there. I'm going to go ahead and put it second to Infinity War. You know what? I'll put it. I'm gonna put it first. Now, real quick, I'll try not to delve too deep into this and explain this for too long, but I do think if I consider both of these one big movie instead of two separate movies, Infinity War and Endgame. I think they're just one big movie instead of two. But technically they're two movies, so you have to separate them. And if I have to separate them, I do think Infinity War is a slightly better movie than Endgame. But since Endgame is the resolution of the that phase, and we get a conclusion, and we get a lot of things answered from this 12-year buildup of movies. Um, that with the action scenes, the fight sequences, and the big reveals, and things of that nature, and just the big questions answered. Oh, there's gonna be minor spoilers by the way too. Um, I'll put that in the title too, just in case, because I don't want to upset people too much. All right, let's go ahead and update that. So, um, when it comes to Endgame, we got so many things answered. We saw Cap lift Thor's hammer, proving he was worthy. Um, we see that Tony actually developed so much as a character to putting other people before himself. When he came a very very long way from the first Iron Man, he was not that way at all. But you see his transition in Endgame as he was willing to sacrifice himself to save the world and the other heroes and things like that. And that's something that he probably would not have done in his earlier days of being Iron Man. Um, we got to see that resolve. We got to see Captain Marvel come in and see how much of a powerhouse she actually is. Um, we got to see how strong Wanda actually is. We got to see the heroes come back. That Avengers Endgame is easily the best movie going experience I've ever had in my life, and I've seen a lot of movies. I go to the movies a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do. Because it's very calming. It's nice to get out of the house when you don't feel like being active, like playing a sport, but you want to get out of the house and go see a nice film or just be around your friends. I love movie going, and that is easily the best movie going experience I've ever had. People knew when to cheer. People cried. Everyone cried. People knew when to hype. People knew when to be quiet and not talk. Awesome movie, man. I've never had a movie going experience like that before, and it brought everybody together. And it was just an awesome, awesome movie. So in my heart, I have to put Endgame at one because what it did for me as a nerd and a moviegoer and a comic book guy, I just loved it, man. It was an awesome movie, and yeah, I gotta put it there. Um, Endgame so far is a rank one movie for me, S tier. Um, Out of all the MCU films and TV shows. Um, so if you haven't seen it yet, I advise you do. So let's go ahead and move on. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is an awesome movie. Very, very solid. Funny. It's probably one of the funniest MCU movies there is out of all of them. I enjoyed it very, very much. All the characters are very, very cool. Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Groot, Rocket, one of my favorite characters in the whole MCU. Really, really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in A. Um, I think it's above Ant-Man. I'm not sure if it's above Doctor Strange yet, but we're gonna go ahead and put that here. Okay, this is a controversial one. A lot of people say they don't like this movie or they don't think this movie is that good. I disagree. On the other hand, I actually like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 more than 1 myself. A lot of people don't feel that way, but again, this is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. You know, my word isn't law. So I think it's better than the first Guardians. And it's definitely more humorous to me. We also get to learn that Star Lord is not just a normal human. We learn that he has abilities himself, and powers himself. We get to learn about his father, his mother, and just the overall laughs in this movie are just like hilarious, man. It's such a great movie, and the introduction of Mantis, who was a freaking hilarious character, so good. So I'm gonna put it here. Um, yeah, is it? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, Spider-Man. Which one is this? This is Spider-Man Far From Home. I think the Spider-Man movies continuously get better the more they make. Um, so I think Homecoming was decent. And then Far From Home was awesome. And then No Way Home is godlike. So we're gonna go ahead and since I'm giving you my ratings for all the Spider-Man movies right now, I'm gonna go ahead and just place all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies right now. So I think Far From Home is an A. Um, I really enjoyed it. Mysterio was really cool to see on the big screen. Um, Nick Fury being a Skrull was a nice twist. Awesome movie, really really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that at A. Let's go ahead and get the other Tom Holland movies. This is Spider-Man: Homecoming. It was okay. Pretty decent. Um, I liked it. His trilogy got stronger as it went along. But the first one was okay, and I say it was a B. So let's go ahead and put it here above Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk was good. A lot of people love it. A lot of people think it's like S or A. I think it's either low A or high B. It's a good movie. My only gripe with the movie was, they had a different actor, which is not really their fault. They had a different actor. But the only thing I didn't like about it was like the heart rate thing. He had like a thing he was saying basically like he monitored his heart rate, and when his heart rate went up, he turns into the Hulk. And I don't really. It's kind of like a change to the character because the character's supposed to be more of like the angrier you get. It doesn't matter about your heart rate. Your heart rate goes up when you do a bunch of things. When you work out, when you're nervous, your heart rate goes up. That doesn't necessarily change him into the Hulk. It's supposed to be when he gets angry. So I didn't like that gimmick, but otherwise, nah, it was an okay movie. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in B, um, and leave it right there. Iron Man 2. This is another well, let's do Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1, responsible, one of the pillars of the MCU, responsible for starting so many things. Um, I think by default, you kind of have to put it high. It's a really, really good movie. First of its kind. I remember seeing it for the first time. I was amazed. I was baffled. I was, I fell in love with the movie. It was really, really good. And it launched all these other movies, 12, 13, 14 years later. So, you got to put it in S by default. I don't think it's better than any of these, but I think it deserves an S. Iron Man 2. I think Iron Man 2 is supremely underrated. I don't know why people hate this movie so much. Whiplash was kind of cool in my opinion. It introduced Black Widow. Gave Nick Fury more of a character, more of a explain more about him. It brought in War Machine, Black Widow. Whiplash was cool, and the biggest thing, one of the coolest things was the throwback to the original cartoon when he put on the Iron Man suit from the suitcase. He picked up a suitcase and it went over his body and it turned him into Iron Man. That suit was so awesome. I would have loved to see that suit return, but obviously it was more. He gets more advanced as it goes on, so his suits get better. But the callback to the Iron Man suitcase suit from the cartoon was so cool. And I like this movie a lot, man. I don't know why people don't like it, and I think it was hilarious too with the other army dude making the tech and stuff, and War Machine trying to get tech from him, and it was like bootleg tech, and it was just cool. I like the movie overall, so I'm gonna put Iron Man 2 an A. Like I said, people would feel it's like a C or a D. I personally don't feel that way. I think it's an A movie. Um, I'm gonna put it up here. I'll put it right here. I think it goes behind Guardians too. All right, Iron Man 3. Meh. It's not that good of a movie. Um, I tell you what though, the enemy had a really cool power. That was really cool, but the storyline of it was kind of like, It's like, oh, you left me. You kind of played with my emotion. You left me on a rooftop. I'm angry. I got powers now. Come back to fight you. It was kind of bland, but It was cool to see all the Iron Man suits and stuff like that, but it was just very not too good. And then not in like the him seeing him self destruct all his suits in the end and stuff like that. Um, what I did like about it though was it expanded more on Tony's character, expressing showing his it gave him a lot more character development and explored upon his PTSD from the Avengers movie, like flying into that black hole, realizing there's more out there more out there than just Earth and space and aliens and things like that, and it explored on his PTSD, so that was cool. And explored more on his expanded more on his and Pepper relationship. That was cool, but overall, I don't think it was that good of a movie. Um, Not the worst of the bunch, but definitely nowhere near the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Iron Man 3 in C. Black Panther. This is immediately going into S. This movie is godlike. Really, really good. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, man. Gone way too soon. Awesome movie. Um, I forget her name, but I'm a show from Walking Dead. Awesome in the movie. Uh, Shuri. Um, uh, Killmonger. Oh my God, this movie is just so good, man. Um, and it has some big hitters in this movie, man. Big names, big actors, big actresses in this movie. Really, really good. I'm interested to see what happens, what they do with Black Panther 2. Seems like they're keeping a tight lid on what's going to happen, due to the unfortunate passing of Chadwick. We don't know where they're going to go from here, what they're going to do. They said they don't want to recast, but fans are calling for a recast, so who knows what they're going to do. But awesome movie, man. It relates to me, obviously, very, very much. Resonates with me in my heart, very, very much. So, Black Panther is a S for me. I'm going to put it up there, right behind Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Really, really good movie. Love it. Thor origin story. Solid movie. Not the best, not the worst. A little boring at times, but not too bad. Um, it was okay. It's an okay movie. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in C. Thor: The Dark World. This is very much known to be one of the worst MCU movies around. It's not that great. It's okay. Um, you can make. I can't fight anybody for making the case for it for being like the worst movie. It was okay to me. Introduced the Reality Stone, so that kind of pushed the story along. Um, but it was okay. Go ahead and put it. It's gonna be probably low C, high D, but we'll put it at the end of C for right now. Ragnarok. Ragnarok is really good to me. Love this movie. I have heard some people say they don't like it. Um, I don't feel that way, but I have heard people say that. Um, but it kind of like touched a little bit on World War Hulk a little bit. Um, it was really, really cool. Introduced what's her name? Uh, I forget her name, but she's a cool character. Brought some new characters into the series. Um, we met Thor's sister. She was a powerhouse. She was really, really cool. Um, yeah, it was a really, really good movie. I liked it a lot. I think it's a high A. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right there. Avengers. Avengers Assemble. The first of its kind, man. First time we see all the characters on the big screen. Really, really cool sight to see, man. We get Loki in this movie. Uh, so much to take in from this movie, man. Really, really good, man. It's an awesome movie. Cult classic. Cult classic. Um, Really, really good, man. S movie. I'm gonna put it up here. WandaVision. WandaVision was good. Some people swear by it. If you go out and ask people what their favorite MCU series is, like to list them, you'll get so many different lists. But WandaVision is one of the ones that are usually constantly at the top. People pick it to be their favorite a lot. I think it was okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in B. Um, we'll put it right here. That's where it goes in my opinion. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Um, I've seen some people usually people put this right in the middle when they rank the shows. To me, it's actually my favorite of the series so far. Um, Touches on a lot of subjects like racism and things like that in America, and if people are ready to see a black Captain America because of what it, what it, the title it holds and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this and high A for me. It's really, really good. I liked it a lot. Really, really good show. Meant a lot to me. Resonated very, very hard with me. Um, Loki. This seems to be people's favorite series. It's okay to me. It to me it has some boring parts. And I'm not sure if I really like the ideal of like humans that like watch over the gods and like you don't have your powers there, and it's a little weird. It kind of like almost like made Thanos and the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Saga not seem like such a big deal, which is kind of weird to me because like I guess like in the grand scheme of things they're saying it's not that important, but if it kind of takes away from it, it's like if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan and like you watch like Goku struggle to turn into a Super Saiyan and all the things he goes through, and then like if you watch it currently like Dragon Ball Super and you see how all the new Saiyans are basically just turning Super Saiyan like off the rip, like with no like hard trained battles or losses and things like that. It kind of takes away from what we experience as a big important thing. You know what I mean? It makes you feel like that kind of. Overall, it feels like it's an okay show, but it's not the best to me. I'm actually gonna put it in C. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was really, really good. Really, really good. If you haven't seen it, I definitely think you should. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in S movie to me. Black Widow. So many. It could have been had the potential to be so good, but so bad. They really ruined Taskmaster. Taskmaster is an awesome character, and they just didn't do anything with it, unfortunately. Uh, Gotta put it in D. What if? What if is really good? Really, really good series. Um, just shows you touches on the multiverse more. Things like that. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Hawkeye. I enjoyed Hawkeye. It was really cool. Kate Bishop was cool. Jamie Renner was cool. Really good. I liked it. And it brought over Kingpin, which made him canon to the MCU. So if you're questioning if Daredevil and stuff exists with the MCU, some of the newer things brought some of these characters over, which confirms that these things are canon to the MCU. So Hawkeye was good. I'm gonna put it up in high B. Put it right there. Eternals. Eternals is a very widely hated movie. I don't know why. I don't think the movie is that bad at all. I think the characters are really cool. The powers are cool. The story is cool, and I look forward to seeing what comes of them um, moving along into the next phase of the MCU. First, people seem to like vice versa of these. They like this one more, and this one they don't like too much. But I'm like the opposite. I think this movie is really, really good, and this one's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the first Spider-Man. I'm gonna put it in B. Um, and the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think, was really good. Some of the best CGI I've seen in any Spider-Man movie. The web slinging was awesome. Jamie Foxx was cool. Electro was cool. The fighting was cool. The acting was great, and the chemistry between him and Emma Stone is really, really good. Um, and it was sad, man. It made me feel like emotional. And when movies do that, you have to give them their flowers. If a movie could make you feel some sort of emotion like that, it's doing this job. So I don't know why people rate this so low, but I think it's a good movie. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this. I'm gonna put it right here. Venom. Uh, that is it, guys. That is the MCU tier list so far. Again, my word is not law. This is just my opinion. Um, Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube. It is free. And I would appreciate the support. So yeah, there we have it. We're gonna be coming soon with more tier lists, more Ray ranks videos coming very soon. And if you guys have any suggestions of what you think I should do next, let me know in the comment section, and maybe I'll do a tier list about that next. So thank you guys for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Um, and I will catch you guys very soon. Peace.